What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're gonna love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
Wait,
$10 to anybody who can guess what that noise was.
Yeah, but it didn't make the noise. When I just hit record and it started, you did not make the noise. You had your mouth look like you were making the noise, but I didn't hear you make the noise. Yeah, there we go.
The microphone doesn't get like certain frequencies. Remember the day I opened the can too and got nothing.
Cracking beer and imitating a sound. A Formula E sound. What are you doing?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
You're looking down at your phone.
I'm sorry. I'm catching up with this group chat that is popping off right now for the heels that were mysteriously left at our wedding.
I thought Mom said they weren't anyone's.
Well, we think that they were not anyone's, but then Ange just sent a picture to my friends, and it turns out that they might be Paolo's, but because Paolo apparently was wearing high heels at one point, and who knows now what it is. So it kind of died, and then, or it started and then it died. So there's that. All right. Are we starting? Is this the official? Are we going?
Yeah, we're going. We're going.
Oh, all right. Welcome,
it started with you making the sound.
I'm just double checking.
No,
I didn't know if we had everything ready to roll. Just double checking. I'm also still halfway through my sandwich. So
sorry, people.
I'll go, friend.
Have a blanket on because I'm freezing.
Yeah, I'm cold too. Although I do have shorts on because when I sit in this chair, I get very sweaty.
So I also always have shorts on. Now that you know what we're wearing, sure. Let's get into it. Welcome back, everyone, to episode 45. 45.
Wow.
45? Yeah, it's wild. 45. We're like a month away of having this show for a year. Oh my God! So wait, we just figured this out. So when we do the 5th, when did we say our birthday is? March 1st.
Whenever the first episode was posted, and I think that's what the date was. I'll pull it up. What was?
Do we do that the week before the first race? Do we celebrate it, or do we do it the week after when we do 50 episodes?
The first episode was posted March 1st. So yeah, we said that was our anniversary, or our birthday.
So that Friday, March 1st, the first race of the week of the season is. Okay.
Listen, I mean, come on, like we couldn't have planned it better though. Like nobody could have planned that better. Like.
We kind of picked the perfect time to start the first episode. But yes, this is episode 45. As always, my name's Casey. That's Owen. We're wearing appropriate attire this week, which obviously everyone knows. But yes, we just our normal run of the show at the beginning, meme of the week. And then obviously just some weekly news. There has been a lot since we hit end recording last week.
Naturally.
As always. And then Pints and Pit Stops. And we're going to preview. By the time we record next week, we have 3 car launches. We have Haas, Williams, and Stake. So we will preview, maybe give what we think it's going to look like. All that, what we hope it looks like. So
I think the only one I'm genuinely excited for out of all of them is Williams.
With Williams. Mm-hmm.
Just to see where the Duracell battery is again.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it. But yes, moving on to meme of the week. Brought to you by, just kidding, not yet. Maybe one time. What'd you say?
I have a short Discord update.
Okay.
As well.
All right, I'll go first. So I also only have one meme of the week this week.
Wow.
Literally one. I have one. And it's brought to us by Fernando Alonso. So he posted this picture on his Instagram. Wonderful picture. Fernando Alonso, some F1 greats So people
fantastic.
immediately, and I did it too right away. It's like, well, some people were saying exactly how many world titles or world championships that were won. So I literally said world champs plus Mark, because poor Mark Webber is the only one out of this group that's not a world champ. But like, in his own right, Mark Webber is an insane F1 driver. Like,
he's a great historic driver.
Historic driver, yeah. He was just unfortunately at Red Bull at the same time Sebastian Vettel was winning his awards. In this field at the same time as Jenson Button, Hamilton, Michael Schumacher, and Fernando Alonso. So yeah,
Michael Schumacher, Ferrari.
Yeah, but this right here is when he was with Mercedes.
Yeah,
because Fernando Alonso.
He's more known for his Cars cameo, though.
Yeah, but Fernando Alonso really, he looks like a baby. He hasn't changed. Jenson Button looks exactly the same.
To me, he only looks like a baby in his eyes.
To me, he kind of looks like he could be Lance Stroll's older brother.
Yeah, I could buy that. Yeah.
And then
I'm like trying to cover his like mouth and then cover his eyes and see like what. Now, when you cover the eyes, you can see the mouth looks really young too. But nah.
I mean, Hamilton is a legit child right here, so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He looks like a child.
And Sebastian. But yeah, that's my meme of the week. World champs plus Mark. Thanks, Fernando Alonso. People were like, that was mean, the fact that you did that. I was like, it wasn't me. I was like, Fernando Alonso is the person that shared it, so it wasn't me.
We didn't post the picture.
No, I was like, I didn't post it. You did. Or he did. You did.
Fernando?
You did, Fernando.
You did, son of a bitch.
Okay. Moving on to yours.
My meme.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to take a lot of explaining for our audio listener, or our audio only listeners. But you ever see the show Friends? There's a scene where Phoebe and Joey are standing in their kitchen, and Phoebe, I can't remember what exactly she's trying to get him to say, but she's like spelling something out for him.
Yeah.
And so this has been memed all over the place. I've seen it tons of times. So this now is Phoebe and Martin Brundle saying this, and she says Visa. He goes Visa. She goes Cash App, Cash App, Racing Bulls, Visa, Cash App, Racing Bulls. She goes Red Bull Junior. So
I mean, literally,
this not my best pick, but I thought it was hilarious because I said this last week.
Nice burp.
Yeah, I just burped too. I really hope the mic got that. If there's one thing I hope the mic didn't.
I heard it.
That's great. Wonderful. Thank you, microphone. I said this last week, and I'm gonna stay by it because I said, mark my words. If it is, I'm gonna stand by it. This is the worst name I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, no, 100%.
I will always stand by that now. So I had to make my meme this week about it. So yeah, it's just people are going to call it Red Bull Junior. I wouldn't be shocked if like the F1 community on Reddit starts calling them sugar-free Red Bull or something like that. Like something of a joke that just highlights the fact that this is a Red Bull Junior team. This is a Red Bull farm team. Like that's what it is. We don't care about Visa. We don't care about Cash App. We don't even care that it's the Racing Bulls. We just care that it's Red Bull Junior, and that's it. And there you go. So
there you go.
That's my meme. Not my best work, but
no, it's fine. No, the best is that they're gonna go by. We literally said it last week, and then the next day it got announced that they're gonna go by the initials, the V-carb, whatever.
V-carb.
So embarrassing. Are they embarrassed?
There's gotta be people on the team that are embarrassed.
Oh, you want to do Discord update first and then weekly news? Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it. It's really short Discord update. So I talked about this 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago at this point, before wedding and honeymoon and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still working on the ticketing system. I did a little bit of research on it, just trying to find a good tool that will work how I want to work and work for also the users in the server. But I did make an announcements channel, so any big announcements will go there. I'll probably do the first big one will probably be when the ticketing system is live and whatnot. That'll be the first big announcement. And then I was going to change. So I was originally going to make an off-topic channel, and that was supposed to be any conversations that just wasn't about anything, related to F1. It was just kind of like a general, just like hangout spot, talk to people, say whatever you want. So, and then I went a different route. So what I did essentially was I have a general F1 category, and I meant that as just like, hey, this is where news is going to go. This is where any discussions.
We're all chatting now?
Right. Yes. So it's where we're all chatting now. And my original envision for that chat was this is where any kind of news or discussion was going to be talked about that didn't relate to one team and kind of just related to F1 as a whole. Like, sure, team discussions could happen, but it would be a conversation and then that would be it.
Or motorsport in general,
like, right, or motorsport in general, whatever. So, but I realized the difficulty in asking people to stop doing what they've been used to be doing for weeks now at this point, and then move over to something new. So what I did was I just made that chat now called General, and there's also another chat called Race Chat Text, which is essentially when a race is going on, you can chat there about different things and whatnot. And then the general chat is just going to be our general chat. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it. That's pretty much it. Like I said, it's a very minor update. But like I said,
I was F1 Academy channel.
I know. I'm going to get there. I promise. I'm working on all these updates as fast as I can. Life is still a little hectic right now just because we're getting back into, I'm getting back into real life and getting back to work and everything. We do have an office floor that exists in this room. So we're getting back to it. So I'm starting to work on it and whatnot. It's also, like I said before, I'm learning, Discord as much as some other people in the server or, anybody else in the server. And I'm trying to do this as best and efficient as I can because I'm a perfectionist. And when I do something for the first time, I want it to be perfect, never to break, and always to work. So I'm struggling with the fact that if I implement something, it might break, it might not work, and that's okay. But that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, that's my small Discord update. So we can go news of the week now.
Okay. Into weekly news. I'm gonna go kind of out of order, but I'm gonna reshare my screen in a second. Since we ended meme of the week talking about them, we can continue talking about VCarb. So they officially said today that they are going to be their car for 2024 is going to be called VCarb 02. Now, what happened to 01? We don't know, but they're going to be called 02. Yeah, it's still very weird. That's why I'm going to share my screen with the link. They've also teased what we can maybe see from the livery. In that one video they posted, it kind of gave like a parachute looking feel, and it's definitely blue, but there's hints of green for the Cash App and purple. Right. I don't know what the purple is for, but it's definitely like when you look up Visa blue, that was what the blue was for. The blue. That's not
bad.
No. And then apparently yesterday, the day before, it was not his real account. You looked and thought Yuki Tsunoda was pulling a Tom Holland on TikTok and leaking the livery for VCarb. It wasn't his account. I don't know if that's actually what it's going to look like, but there was no purple. And when you watch that video, they're teasing purple. So that's why I think that was just a mock-up. But yeah, then where is it? Owen, she's on the will freak out when they hear this. Hell's got the McLaren Lego and is currently building it and documenting everything on Threads. So that might get you on Threads.
Wait, I gotta go to Threads right now and.
Okay, but going back to
I had it up already.
Going back to Visha Cap at Racing Bull, these are the rumored numbers. When you look at it, it's giving NFL. Is it not?
That is screaming
NFL
numbers on like the back of a linebacker. Yeah.
But there's rumors. I don't hate it either, but there's rumors they're doing something with their launch at the Super Bowl. So if this is what their numbers look like.
Why are they doing it at the Super Bowl?
I don't know. That's what people are saying. I'm gonna take my screen away. People literally are saying like if it was Red Bull, I said if it was Red Bull releasing their livery at Super Bowl, I would get it. People would understand because I mean, Red Bull, it's Max Verstappen. When you see the Red Bull car, you're gonna know. No one's gonna look at it and be like, "What team is that for?" It's their junior team.
That's also with Red Bull. You could do some like major stunt with it as well. Have a guy skydive in or something, because that's what Red Bull is also known for, is like posting these crazy stunts on YouTube. So yeah, the fact that a minor team is doing their big livery reveal at the Super Bowl is odd to me. Like, because I could see Ferrari and Red Bull doing that and it being a success. I can't see V-Carb doing it and it's a major hit. You know?
No.
I mean, I'm all for F1 getting into the Super Bowl, because obviously that's such the biggest watched thing over here in America.
Well, and what I can see why too, because it's in Vegas and with the Vegas race. But
yeah, it makes it. Yeah,
I just remember news.
Team choice,
I didn't write down.
Poor team choice. Let's see. Oh, I found Hell's picture. Oh, I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
But yes, so V-Carb, be on the lookout. But that's totally the back of a football jersey numbers. Like, it's like they called Josh Allen for Daniel Ricciardo and said, "Can we use your style numbers on our car?" Just to please Daniel Ricciardo. But
use your connection, sure. But like I said, a minor team doing a Super Bowl reveal, people are gonna look at that and just be like, "What?
Who?
Like, yeah, who's that?"
Who?
You know, there'll be the few that watch it, and the few people who have watched like Drive to Survive, and be like, "Oh, I know Daniel Ricciardo." But if it's just V-Carb's promo of their car, people are gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this?" Like,
did you watch the documentary on YouTube yet?
No, I have not.
Oh,
I could maybe watch it tonight after we're done recording. But
it's an hour and a half.
Yeah, I could probably watch that.
It was very good though. But yes, that was the weekly news. But I am excited to see their livery. We don't get that for a while, but I'm excited to see that one.
No, we don't get that one for.
Oh, actually, we can preview that one next week. No, I think it's Super Bowl weekend. That's why I think that's why it works out.
Hold on, I'll tell you. Visa Cash App Red Bull is February 8th. So that's the Friday before Super Bowl.
Super Bowl weekend. Yeah.
No, that's the Thursday before Super Bowl. Sorry. Because it would be 9th, 10th, 11th. So yeah. Yes. Yeah. Thursday before the Super Bowl is when they're dropping their car.
But yes, we'll see.
Stupid. It's pretty dumb if you ask me.
But it's okay. This is gonna be more me. Owen.
2 days on there. Go ahead.
This is gonna be more me talking. Owen didn't watch these. I got to watch Formula E for the first time, and then I watched some of the 24 Hours of Daytona. Which Formula E is obviously, I've seen clips and stuff. I've seen videos, but it is cool to watch. The cars are so interesting to watch, like just the way they're shaped. And it was a night race for Formula E, and so they have like lights on their cars, so that it looks sick going down the track. But yeah, it was also weird hearing the U.S. national anthem when Andretti won the first race. I literally posted on Threads. I was like, national anthem, I know.
I can follow along to this one.
I was like, I feel so proud. I almost stood up. I didn't. But yeah. No, I did not. But yeah, so that was fun. I didn't get to watch. They had a doubleheader this weekend. So I got to watch the race on Friday. But then I didn't get to watch on Saturday. I got to watch quali on Saturday. So they had quali. They do quali right before the race. So they had quali on Friday and then the race. And then they had quali again on Saturday and then the race. But I didn't get to watch the race on Saturday. But it was a good one. Formula Law, our good friend Jody, she was happy I was watching a good one because the first round for Formula E was not very exciting. So she was like, you got a good one. And then 24 Hours of Daytona was interesting to watch. Very new to that kind of race. It's 4 different classes going at the same time. I think that's what's very, very interesting. So there's 4 races going on at one time for 24 hours.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
So there's got to be highlights that I can watch.
Oh, there are definitely highlights. So that's what I literally posted. I asked our good friend David that was giving us the Dakar updates because I was like,
oh, yeah.
I was like, obviously, if they're in the same class, they're not just letting each other overtake. Like, they're actually racing. They're going wheel to wheel. They're going to battle out to overtake. I was like, but what happens with, like, if another class is coming up behind one? Do they let them overtake easily? And then he was saying, yeah, basically, like, if you're coming up behind another class, you can go, they will let them overtake pretty easily, but if they see that they're in, like, a battle, they'll stay behind.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But that was really cool. It was cool to see. So Jenson Button was in it. There were some IndyCar drivers in it, like Pato O'Ward was in it. He was in the car that looked like a purple dragon, which was kind of cool. Yeah, it was like the hypercar one. It looked like a purple dragon, though.
That's cool.
Yeah. But it ended in a little bit of controversy. So literally they waved the checkered flag. You were like watching, and I literally looked down at my phone and I hear, oh, and the checkered flag's out. And I was like, there technically were still 2 laps left. They just waved the checkered flag early. So people were like, what? And there was a battle. It was Cadillac and Porsche.
Really?
Porsche, or however you say. How do you say Porsche the right way?
I think it's Porsche.
No, it's not.
Okay. I thought it was.
No, it's Porsche.
How to say?
You gonna have your computer speak to you?
No, no, I don't want to speak in the mic. I want you to speak it. Oh, Porsche.
Porsche, thank you, Porsche.
Porsche.
So it was a battle between Cadillac and Porsche. Porsche ends up winning at the very end. But with 2 laps left, there was a lot of racing left. Cadillac was like literally on Porsche's heels. Like so close.
Weird.
And they literally waved the checkered flag. So people were like, the hell? Why did you just do that? So they released a statement today basically saying, due to an officiating error in race control, IMSA inadvertently announced and subsequently displayed the white flag with under 3 minutes remaining in the race. At the end of the lap, the race leading number 7 GTP car then received the checkered flag with 1 minute 35 seconds still remaining. The ending the race short of the planned 24 hours by effectively 1 lap. So they literally
So somebody waved the flag early. They just waved it early, and it was a screw up, and that's that.
It says, based on Article 49 of the 2024 IMSA sporting regulations, should the checkered flag be inadvertently or otherwise displayed before the leading car completes the scheduled number of laps or before the prescribed time has been completed, the race is nevertheless deemed ended when the flag is displayed. Could you imagine that happens in an F1 race? We would have Abu Dhabi 2021 all over again.
So it's basically saying, like, hey, we fucked up, but that's the race.
Yeah. That's the race.
That's weird. That's wild.
The last 45 minutes of the race were so exciting because Porsche and Cadillac were so close.
We're just going at it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're so close.
That's upsetting.
Yeah. Hold on. And the best was for Porsche. They had Joseph Newgarden, who's an IndyCar race. He's won, I think they said the Indy 500. Like, he's pretty good. He's really, really, he just ended up winning the 24 hours at Daytona, and they get a Rolex, and he literally, like, the interview goes up to ask him, and he's like, can you tell me, like, whatever happened? He's like, listen, I just got here. He was, like, a replacement, like, 2 weeks ago. He literally was like, I just got here. Like, I was a fill-in. Like, he was like, it's literally those other two. Like, I did work, but not all the work.
Not everything these two did.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was interesting.
I just got here.
But then I was looking up, so 2022, no, when was K-Mag's first season back? 2022, right? Or 20? Yeah. So he raced in 24 hours of Daytona. Because I said it would be fun to see more current F1 drivers race in 24 hours of Daytona. But I don't think it could happen because of how close it is to, like, car launches are back in the sim already. They're at the factory.
Yeah.
So I don't think it could happen. But apparently K-Mag did it in 2022 because they still had Nikita Mazepin. And then when all that happened with Russia, they kicked out Nikita Mazepin, and they were like, oh, K-Mag, by the way.
Hey, K-Mag, you want to come back?
So he's been the closest. I think, to compete. But if you go back to 2028, Alonso and Lando were in it. I believe they might have been on the same team. And Lance has done it a few times. You can watch Lando. I posted on Threads. You can watch Lando's getting out of the car and like an onboard of him. But apparently, Threads friends let me know that that's when Alonso was racing with Lando during the 24 Hours of Daytona. He was like very, very impressed with Lando during that whole entire time. So I think put a good word in for him. But yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. It was fun to watch. It makes me excited to watch because it's the 24 hours is like the endurance one. So they do the 6 hours in Spa, and then that's what Le Mans is. So when Le Mans comes, which now that I kind of watched some of it, it is cool. I mean, when you literally could, and it was on Peacock. So like I could go on the Peacock at any time and it was on.
Right. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. But yes, moving on. Stop my alarm. Kind of want to talk about that news last. Okay, yeah. Ferrari news. Not the Ferrari news you think I'm going to.
They're boring Ferrari news.
It's not even boring because it's still cool. So
it's not boring at all. It's just compared to what our personal bias is. It's
So a few days ago, Ferrari announced that Ali Bierman and Arthur Leclerc would be joining the ranks of Ferrari. Ali is going to be a reserve driver. Basically what Antonio Giovinazzi and Robert Schwartzman already are. They're just adding Ali as well. And then they've assigned Arthur Leclerc, Charles' brother, to be a development driver. Which there's already 2 development drivers, but they're just adding him as well. And he will also be racing in Arthur's gonna be racing in the Italian GT championships as well.
I'm reading their article now too, so I'm combing through all that.
Yeah, and Ollie's gonna still be with Formula 2. I mean, I've said it before, I don't think Arthur Leclerc will ever have an F1 seat, unfortunately, but it is cool that they are keeping him within the family and have him doing this as a development driver. And then obviously Ollie's going to be an F1. It's going to happen. He's a mini Leclerc. So I think he'll be an F1 pretty soon. But they did end up having testing yesterday and today in Barcelona, like Pirelli testing with tires. And Ollie and Arthur were both there. But Arthur and Leclerc and Charles were on the track at the same time, both in F1 cars. It was Arthur's first time being in an F1 car, and Charles on the track in his, which was cool.
I thought I saw the beginnings of a clip or something. I don't know. Maybe you sent it to me. That was Arthur saying like, "How was it in like the first time being in an F1 car?" And he was like, "It was fantastic." Like he was like, it was so, he was just saying like it's unlike anything else and whatnot. And I remember seeing that. Like I said, I can't remember if you sent that to me.
Ferrari did post it. Ferrari posted it on social media. But yeah, so. Definitely super cool to think about. I think they turned into a whole family affair. Like I think their older brother was there. I would be shocked if their mom wasn't. Just the fact that they both were on the track in an F1 car for Ferrari at the same time was cool.
Even if like they do have the doubts in their family of like Arthur getting into F1 and everything, like that's something that like they're going to take advantage of that and be like, all right, both of our sons are in Ferrari F1 cars. We're going to see this. Like,
this is happening. Yeah, they're even if it's Spain to Monaco. I don't think it's that long of a flight. So
no,
and they have access to private jets. So
that's.
But moving on,
that makes sense.
There's a picture. People like fans that met Leclerc yesterday and today. So yesterday he was in this year's car, which we all know that car sucked. So, there's a picture of him with a fan. He's lost in the eyes. He's pulling a Carlos. Like, there's no thought behind those eyes. He looks miserable. People are like, what's wrong with him? People are like, he was in the SF23 again. What do you expect? Today, he was in the F175 2 years ago where he started off so strong. Smiles, looked refreshed. People are like, that's the difference between a good car and a bad car.
Yeah.
But yeah. And continuing in with Ferrari, they've announced that their newest car, shocker, is going to be called SF24. I mean,
Woo!
who knows what
What a radical name change.
I mean, it's not even as good as V-Carbo, too. Like, come on.
V-Carbo, too. It's so bad. So bad.
Someone on thread is like, it sounds like V-Carbo 2 sounds like a new fad diet. Like V-Carbo 2.
It sounds exactly like a fad diet. Or like some carb that scientists found in like bread, and they're like, oh, watch out for this guy. Like, that's the carb that really goes to your hips. That's what that is.
But moving on to the next piece of news, I just added it, so I apologize, Owen. But F1 applied for a trademark in Chicago. Doesn't mean there will be a race there. Coincidentally, I think NASCAR had a road race this year there, and it went pretty well. But yeah, so right now there is a trademark for a road race. People are like, no, or for another race, people are like, no, I don't want another city circuit. But I feel like racing, people are literally posting a video, they're like, no, scratch the Miami GP, because look at this like cityscape that they could be racing through. Like if they're through this, I mean, it's what our dream is, to race through Philadelphia. Like going in and out of the buildings, would be.
It'd be really cool. Like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing it just because I like seeing more races. I would love to see more venues and different venues throughout like different seasons and everything. So like I'm all for it, but I can understand why people don't want it. What I thought was interesting with the copyright or trademark, whatever it is, they like trademarked multiple different things. So it was like the Chicago Grand Prix, the Grand Prix of Chicago, Chicago Grand, like all these different things. And I was like, so maybe it happens. Like the fact that they're doing this like preparation for it, but just because they trademark it doesn't mean it's going to happen. Yeah,
it's not going to be on the calendar next year. But yeah, no, it would be. People are like, it would be funny if they're just doing it as a troll job against NASCAR, but that would be
pretty good.
Yeah, but yes, Chicago, be on the lookout. Okay, are you ready?
I mean, people already know this by the time they're going to listen to this episode, because this was announced 2 days ago, 3 days ago for you, and 2 for me, or something like that, or like what?
And people literally I literally kept posting. Mark posted the article about Leclerc's announcement, and I was like, I literally used a GIF of who was Jim from The Office dancing, and I was like, me today. And then when literally the next day, Lando's announcement got released, and Mark wrote an article, I used this same GIF, and I was like, Owen today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it was
a good day.
Here's my thing. Both the contracts were like very, I'm gonna say similar, but it's like not. It's a very vague similar, because
you know no details.
They were like, "Hey, it's a multi-year contract," and you're like, "What does that mean?" It's like the only detail that we have is like it's through 2026. That's it. Like
for Lando
is through 2026, but we don't know what does that mean. Does that mean until 2030? Does that mean till 2028? Like what is through 2026? You know,
I know I've seen things about Leclerc's being 5 years. 5 years would take him to 2029. So I feel like McLaren.
Years, wow.
I've said the same thing to multiple people. I think McLaren and Ferrari, because we know Max Verstappen's with Red Bull till 2028. So I feel like McLaren and Ferrari are locking in their two number ones to be there through Red Bull's duration with Max Verstappen. No,
I can definitely see that. I
could see Oscar also being locked in for that long, because I think McLaren has a killer driving duo, as we said multiple times. But yeah, that's why I've seen rumored 5 years for Leclerc. People are really like, well, how come we don't know anything? I feel like F1 contracts aren't like NFL and MLB contracts. You don't know what they're making. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like they have sign-on bonuses or whatever that we know about. I've also seen that people are saying for both, or maybe it was just Lando, there's clauses, especially with like when the new regs kick in. If they're not performing well, if they're not winning points, he can walk.
Oh. Okay.
So like he can make his own decision and be like, no, I'm gonna leave. Like, you're not
I'm
performing
out of here. Yeah.
to our standard, to the standard that you promised. I can leave. But yeah. Exciting times, people.
I would definitely like to know a little bit more details. Like I said, I don't need to know how much he's making.
Oh, it's a ridiculous amount anyway.
I also think that partly, like in other sports worlds like that, causes more layers to things than we need to see. Like with Bryce Harper, when he signed that mega contract, people are like, he's not performing to the level that we're paying him. And it's like, all right, do we really need to know how much he's gotten paid? But at the same time, I would love to know more details just so we could do a little bit more of like an in-depth analysis of these contracts instead of just want to know
the duration and the clauses. They can leave.
I would want to know exactly how long are you here for? How long are you going to be driving in Papaya? And then how long, like, if you guys aren't performing, like you said, what are the clauses to be like Lando can walk or Charles can walk if that is part of his contract, because then we could watch races and start seeing that trend and be like, oh shit, like,
what's going to happen?
Is he going to go?
Yeah.
Is he going to leave? Like, what's the deal? But I can understand why they wouldn't, do that. But
yeah, no, it will be.
I want to know.
I personally want to know. I mean, I literally said, I was like, it's great going into the silly season that's never ending. We don't have to worry about our favorites and their contracts. They're locked up. They're good to go. They're fine.
It is nice. It is nice knowing that they're checked off. He's, they're both securing the money and everything, and they're driving for the teams that obviously they like to drive for right now.
And I wish, people are like, literally, it's the minute Zach Brown hears that someone wants Lando, and he's like, you're not taking him away. Like Red Bull like hinted at wanting him, and he was like, absolutely not, no way.
No, and that's smart. That's like the dumbest genius move that you could make. Like, it makes so much sense, but at the same time, it's like, why wouldn't, like, that's smart of you to lock up this young, talented driver for however many years, and on the other hand, it's like, why the fuck would you not, No,
it's very. I was at work. When did it drop? Thursday? Okay, so I was terrified that I was going to wake up to that news that Leclerc got extended, okay? Because, Italy, they're not going to announce it, when the rest of the world's awake. When they did it, I was like, yes, I was awake for this news.
They'll announce it. They would have announced it at that time, but, I mean, that would have been nice to wake up to.
No, it wasn't, because I would have missed the hype of it. Like, I wanted to be, the initial reaction. I wanted to be awake for the initial reaction. That's what I wanted.
That's fair. Yeah.
And I happened to, go on Instagram, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? I was like, what does that say? And then he had released that cool video, walking through the factory. Lando kind of did the same thing the next day.
Lando's was cool, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
I just want to point out the, hilarity in the fact that all season we're like, it's happening at Monaco. No, okay, it didn't happen.
Happening in Monza.
It's happening in Monza. Oh, it didn't happen there. All right, it's happening soon. Oh, it didn't happen soon. When is it happening? And there was a random Thursday afternoon. They're like, oh, by the way,
literally nothing. And then there was a picture of a guy in Monaco that met him, and I was like, can you imagine meeting Charles Leclerc the day his contract was extended?
Yeah,
the announcements going out. Yeah,
the happiest he can be.
I think we're getting a new piano ballad too from it, because if you watch his video, there's a piano song in it. It's written by him and this guy that he's been with, a French pianist and stuff. So my Spotify, Apple Music Wrapped will be right back up there. Very
good. I still have never listened to those songs.
Oh, they're good.
I think I need to hold out now and just not listen to them.
No, you have to. There's Monaco, Miami, and Australia. They're 2 minutes long.
I know they're very short. I knew that.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I am happy they did not do a joint state announcement for the Ferrari boys. Well, one, because Carlos is not that's not going well, but I think I would have been annoyed, especially with how Carlos's might be 1 or 2 years, and Charles is literally for double that. Like, it would have been weird. I feel like if they announced them together.
That definitely would have been a little odd. You know, I can see them doing that to like try to make it as least weird as it can be, but then it like may have backfired and been like, oh, why did you announce these at the same time when the one is like clearly favored to like stay with the team? Like the other one's like, no, once Audi's in here, you're gone. Yeah.
I mean, and Ferrari was like playing like they were like being like Taylor Swift. If you look back at Ferrari's social media posts last week leading up to the announcement, they posted like an old picture of Leclerc on the podium in the Ferrari Driver Academy with a podium picture from this year. And it was like born and raised in Maranello. And I'm like, now you look back and you're like, it was literally in our face the entire time.
Yeah, it was. They were teasing.
And Leclerc posted a video sitting at the piano, playing the piano with the guy who wrote the song. It was the song. They were like, he was literally, it was like Taylor Swift Easter eggs. Like, he was being dropped the entire week until they were.
Yeah. They were just dangling it in front of our face, being like, here you go. Here's what you've wanted since the middle of the season. Mm-hmm. You know, here it is. We're finally announcing it.
Speaking of McLaren, do you want to take a trip to the Abercrombie store in New York? Because there's a McLaren car in the store.
I did hear about that. I want to go.
It's the new livery too. Last year's car with the new livery.
It's so nice.
Because they have.
I can't wait to see everything on the track.
You should look because they have. Abercrombie has a lot of cool McLaren merch.
Do they really?
Yeah, this is what it's like. This new partnership, but they've always had some cool stuff.
The first thing I looked up, sponsored result from Google, is all McLaren stuff.
Yeah, they have this new deal with them.
Abercrombie and Fitch. I haven't heard that name in so long.
I know. I wish there was a store in King of Prussia still, because that mall would have a car. I don't know how they would get it in there, but that mall would have a car.
Well, the Tesla store has a Cybertruck in there.
True.
I was shocked to see that when I went a couple weeks ago. I walked past it and I did a double take. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I always knew that they had a car in there, but I didn't expect it to be the truck. Like,
okay. Do you want to do Pints and Pit Stops and then we can do car launches?
Yeah, because I want time to sip on this beer. So.
Car launches. Right. I keep thinking that I am spelling launches wrong. Like, I feel like I'm in that episode of The Office.
Pints and Pit Stops, my favorite segment. All right. Get started.
I like it when I'm giving the questions.
oh, yeah, because then you're not on the fucking chopping block. That's why. I like it when I give you the questions. What are we? So, all right. Let's do this. So, start it off. This is my beer.
Ooh, what's that beer?
It is called Falcon Wing Door by Grimm. It is, just trying to see if the brewery's name is on here. I'm assuming it's Grimm Brewing. Oh yeah, brewed by Grimm in Brooklyn, New York. So it's a New York beer. Okay. It's an IPA, 7% alcohol. I've never had this before. So this is a new one. And I bought this because of the can. It's got a really cool car on here that looks like a DeLorean. So, with that being said, with the door, the doors that pop up and everything.
Thank you for knowing what I meant.
Yeah. With that being said, Pints and Pit Stops today is a little less F1 focused and a little bit more car focused.
Oh no!
But to make it easier on Casey, I wasn't gonna give her specifications about cars. Or ask her questions about Ferrari models or anything. All of these questions center around cars in movies.
Oh, okay.
Movies and TV shows.
Movies, I've seen these or no?
I know you've seen a few of them.
Okay.
There's a few in here. There's one question that I know, I would say 93% I would say you're not going to get it. You might
Okay.
surprise me though. But
I'll be the only
all
one
the
I
other
do
ones,
get.
all the other ones you should know. But here we go.
I hope you get it.
Hopefully you hear it. I'm going to put it like right next to the mic. So here we go. That was weak. Did you not get it?
No.
All right. I'm going to have to research this issue. Figure out why this damn Blue Yeti microphone doesn't pick up on
Can
cracks
opening?
like that. Yeah. All right. So one sip.
I haven't had a beer in a really long time.
I know. I haven't had a beer in a very long time. This is good. This is really good. I don't know. There's like not
A description?
Citrus, Simcoe, Falconer's Flight, and El Dorado. So there's definitely like a citrus taste, which is good. It's very good. It's very smooth. I could really drink these during the summer. That would be, this would be a good summer IPA. So, all right. I would say 3 out of 5.
Okay.
3 out of 5 with the reference point of, this is how I view it. 2.5. A 2.5 beer is just, I'll drink that.
Oh, for you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, it's nothing special. It's just like, yeah, I'll drink it.
Like, if it's the only thing
like,
you have in the fridge, you're like, oh, okay, I'll drink it.
Right. You know, a 5 is like, I want this to be my last meal type of drink. Like, that's what a 5 is. And then a 1 is like, this is disgusting. I will never order this
Like
again
that
in my life.
really sour one that you were drunk off of, like, remember the really strong IPA?
It was 18% IPA.
Yeah.
Not fun. Not fun. All right. So getting into it. Do you want to start the clock or me?
Oh, I
start
can.
the clock. Because I have to read the questions off my phone. So, all right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What was the name of the car in Knight Rider?
Kit.
What was a car featured in
No.
Back to the Future?
The DeLorean.
What car was Bumblebee in the Transformers movies?
A Camaro.
What car is Herbie from Herbie Fully Loaded?
A Volkswagen Bug.
What car was created in the film Ford versus Ferrari?
Oh, I have no clue. A Ferrari. I don't know. Stop.
Okay, so you got the one question that I thought you were going to get wrong, correct? And I thought that at least you would be able to guess the Ford versus Ferrari.
I've never actually seen Ford versus Ferrari, so
Oh, it's a good movie. You should watch it.
I know. Whenever I go into the Ford dealer, though, in my Ferrari jacket, I feel like I'm walking into the set of the movie.
Yeah. All right. What was the name of the car in Knight Rider? It was indeed Kit.
Kit.
Yeah. What car was featured in Back to the Future? That's the DeLorean, the time machine.
You gave that one away at the beginning.
Yeah. You know what? When I was thinking of the questions, I was like, I'm going to put this in here, and I'm solely doing it on the fact that if she gets it wrong, I'm going to yell at her and say, I gave you the answer.
Okay.
Like,
Thanks.
this one, I would have killed you if you didn't know this one. What car
Yeah, I know.
in the Transformers movies? Chevy Camaro. That's the dream car right there. That is the dream. What car is Herbie from Herbie Fully Loaded? That is a Volkswagen Beetle. You are correct.
Okay.
And then what car was created in the film Ford versus Ferrari? That is the Ford Shelby, or more specifically known as the GT40.
TGT. Okay. Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. That was a good time. What was your time? That was a good time. 2480.
Yeah, I feel like I answered kind of slow.
That was pretty good. No, that was good. The last time I have recorded on here for you is 4580. So
well, was that the first one?
That was the very first one. Yeah.
That was so bad.
I need to figure out a better way of like tracking these times.
Very specific questions about Jensen Button, and I thought it was going to be about the Braun documentary, but it was not about the Braun documentary. It was like, what's his middle name? I was like, I don't know.
What's his birthday?
Moving on. Car launches.
Very good. Thank God. I'm so happy that we have car launches this week. I'm so excited.
And the first two gave us the time to watch it in America on the East Coast. So shout out to Williams and shout out to Haas. We appreciate you.
So kind.
But yes, Haas is Friday at 9 a.m. And then Monday the 5th, Williams is at 9:40 for some weird time in the morning. 9:40 in New York.
That is odd.
And then Stake, I don't know when, I don't know where or what time. Shocker. But yes.
Are these all streaming on YouTube?
Williams posted saying that they would have a link. I think they said they would have a link.
I'm looking at the articles.
Williams posted watch the season launch live stream. So we can watch a live stream for Williams.
Very good.
I mean, last year when I watched most of them, it was either on their team website or YouTube. So
yeah, I knew that a lot of them were either YouTube or, like you said, team website or anything. But I just didn't know.
I don't know if Haas has posted
bigger.
Where theirs will be yet, but I would think the only one I don't think that's having any televised broadcast is Ferrari. Well, I think we talked about this last week. They're just like having like a social media post. So, but yeah, no.
Yeah, we talked about that because they said it gives the mindset of like no nonsense.
It's either good or awful.
Yeah, we're not here for your entertainment. We're here to race. Like that's But all right, so we have Haas first
Friday
at 9 a.m. And then we have Williams not shortly after at 9:40 a.m.
Yes.
And then Stake
No, Williams is Monday.
Williams is Monday?
Williams and Stake are on the same day. Monday the 5th.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I was getting that mixed up.
Yeah.
Stake is that Monday at 4 a.m. our time.
Oh,
that's what it is. Because I'm realizing now that Box has the times when they announce.
Okay, so but people don't know if they're legit or not.
What, these?
Yes, I don't think they're gonna release the livery with alienating an entire audience. Like every launch last year was at a time I could watch.
That's true, and it does just say their announcement tweet just says "Buckle up, it's almost time. You don't want to miss this one," and then gave the date. So there's no time. So all right, scratch that.
And if you Google it, you can't look. I mean, that's early, but I don't think it'll be that early.
Yeah.
But yes, so these three are before we record next, and then there's two after we record next week. But yeah, Haas first on Friday. I think Haas will be red and white.
Wow, Casey, you're going for a radical prediction there.
Red and white, maybe a hint
red
of
and
blue.
white. Jesus. No, I could see them. I could see Haas not differing a lot from last year's, and just kind of keeping it like the last year's livery looked good. It was recognizable as a Haas, and when you saw it on the track from like a helicopter point of view or something, you knew who you were what car you were looking at, and it looks good. It wasn't anything like special.
No.
It wasn't anything like, oh my God. I will say their USA livery was phenomenal. I love that
good
special
USA
livery. Ones. But I think that, I mean, I agree. I would love to see a little bit more white. That something about having something that's like predominantly white.
White because most of the cars are different colors, so I feel like having something that's white, it's what makes you know when it's on the track. You're like, that's the Haas because that's Haas right there. Mostly white car.
Like I would almost love to see maybe like 85% of the car is white and 15% of it has red little decals and highlights here and there. I think that would be really cool. That would make me very happy with the car.
It's something. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I was just kind of going on again. Just something mainly white, and go from there. Yeah.
I was gonna say I will be sad to watch a Haas car launch without Gunther, but that's okay.
That will be sad. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely red and white. You heard it here first, people.
You heard it here first. Nobody else has come up with that idea.
Oh.
Yeah. What are the over unders on the
car launches?
On these color choices?
So this next one, the one we're most excited for, the Williams. This is the one we're most excited for because it can go. Anyway, I've also heard inklings that the logo might be changing. So, like the W could look different. But I pray to God it's baby blue. Full inspiration from the Gulf livery, please and thank you.
Yeah, we had talked about this when we were talking about. We did an episode where we ranked some special liveries, and we did like our top 5 special liveries and such on it, and the Gulf Williams livery was on there for me. It was on there for you, I'm pretty sure as well.
Yeah,
on your list.
Yeah. That was one of my favorite ones.
And we talked about it before, and I said that like something about seeing like a baby blue car invokes seeing like a sky blue, baby blue like Mustang on the road, and you're just like so good. Like I've never seen a car rock. Different. I've never seen a car rock baby blue better than a Mustang, and they killed it last year with the Gulf livery, and like you said, if they just pull that in a little bit more, please do make us also happy. Either that, or honestly, you stick with kind of what you have now. I'm a-okay with that as well. That is, dark blue looks really nice.
Normal,
like, yeah, the dark blue I think looks really good. It looks really sleek and kind of like powerful, but also very simple and whatnot.
Noticeable.
It was just noticeable is the right word, and it was just
I just hope it's a different shade of blue because of what Visa Cash App is going to maybe look like. Like, I don't want them looking too similar, but
yeah, I almost wonder. I don't know how much this would be, but like, or how difficult it would be. Probably not difficult at all. But I wonder if teams get like an early preview of other teams' liveries just to make sure that they're not too similar. You know,
I would hope it's probably the teams like that are blue because there's so many damn teams that are blue.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I hope it's some variation. Obviously, it's going to be a shade of blue. Where's the Duracell battery in the same spot as last year, or in a different spot? It's the wing. It's the rear wing.
If you put it in the same spot as last year, you're already winning again because I think that was such a great top tier placement of it. Like whoever thought of that is a genius. Whether that was a Duracell employee or a Williams employee, whoever, genius. The only other spot that I think you can make something just as good would be the wing, because you can make it look like a battery, like you did the top of the car, but it won't be as good. But like that to me is the only spot that you could maybe do it. But
because where they did it last year worked so well because it was round, so it literally just looked like a giant battery.
It looked like a battery, yeah, and it worked so well, but. You're not going to put it on the side pods because that's where most of your coloring is going to go and whatnot, and that's where bulk of the design of the car is. So you're not going to go there. You maybe would do it on the nose, but I don't know like how well you could do it on the nose. It would, if they do it on the nose, it would definitely be worse than up top.
Yeah,
I
don't like it on the nose. No, I think it needs to stay where it was, or I hope it's not just like some small little decal.
I think it's no. I think after at least the hit between us with how good it looked last year, I think other people felt that same way. And I wouldn't be shocked if it's moved. I'll say that. Or if it's not moved. Sorry. If it's not moved, perfect. Like you knew you had a winning formula. Give us at least like 2 or 3 more years of that before people are finally like, hey, put it somewhere else, you know, or sell, or you guys split up as partners, or whatever. But
and then moving on, the last one before we record next is steak, which this one could be cool. I have a feeling it's going to be primarily black with the lime green.
It has potentials. It has a good amount of potential to be good, just because it's something we've never seen before. We have no expectations behind it, So
and I'm excited to see what the race suits look like.
Yeah.
So he looks like
the
an
announcement
offer.
the announcement's already exciting just because it is. We're seeing race suits. We're seeing a brand new car, hardware and livery wise, and yeah, you're kind of getting the first look at what the team's identity is gonna be, and that's a pretty big step for them.
Yeah, it should
But
be.
I think they have a lot of potential to do really well. But it could also be horrible.
I don't know. I mean, their team name wasn't awful to.
It's certainly not the worst of this year.
No, that's what people are like. I feel bad for making fun of Steak.
Don't get me wrong, still bad, but just not the worst.
Yeah. So yeah, then next week when we record, we will recap those three, and then we will talk about we get Alpine, Visa Cash App Racing Bulls, and oh wow, we'll have a lot before we record next week. So we'll have Alpine, Visa Cash App Racing Bulls, Aston Martin, and Ferrari. Ferrari is on the Tuesday that we record, the 13th.
That's good. What time is that at, Ferraris?
We don't know any other times for anyone else. The only Haas and Williams are the only ones we know times for right now.
Very good.
But yes, so fingers crossed.
Well, that leaves a pretty good last three for 2 episodes from now with Mercedes, McLaren, and Red Bull. That's a pretty big trio.
I think McLaren's doing like a shakedown, I think they call it. So it'll be on the track in Silverstone. So I think we'll get to see footage of it, like in action.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the photos that were put out there. But yeah, Mercedes and McLaren are on Valentine's Day, and then Red Bull's last. As they should be. But yeah, we'll be.
I have a feeling they're going to be their normal disappointing, just whatever.
Navy blue. If we put up this year's car with the last 2 years, you won't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah.
Like it's that meme from The Office. I've mentioned The Office way too much this episode. You would think I'm watching it again, but I'm not.
That's all right. It's a referenceable show.
It is.
Yeah.
But anything else you would like to add?
I got nothing. I will close this out.
Oh, there's one person on Instagram that asked me today under Ferrari's comments because I said, "All right, when are you coming to Threads?" Because I've now went to Instagram after the whole catfishing incident.
Very good.
Which update on the catfish? He's still on Instagram with the bio saying social media for Scuderia Ferrari. So he's still out there. People don't get caught in the catfish lie. But someone
we're still trying to get in touch with Neve.
Yeah. Someone must have seen my comments before and commented today and said, "Do you get paid by Threads?" And I said, "No, but I wish." So I literally posted on Threads and people are like, "I mean, you should. It's like you're doing all the work."
By Threads. That's what, Casey, you should get paid by Threads. Make it happen.
Start Pipes and Pit Stops can be brought to you by Threads.
Brought to you by Threads. If I could get Pints and Pit Stops, like, sponsored by some local brewery or something, that'd be fantastic. That'd be a dream come true.
We can do that. Okay. All right, close this out.
All right, thank you everyone for joining us tonight on episode 45 of F1 Underground. We are hitting the road on the way to episode 50. It's a big milestone. It's fantastic that we've gotten
and 1 year of this lovely podcast.
one year of our lovely little show. Well, thank you again so much for joining us tonight. You can go follow us on Instagram and Threads at Underground F1, and then over on X/the Bird app as Underground_F1. There is that difference there. We are working on correcting it. So please go follow us. Please go join our little community, especially over on Threads. We have tons of people, tons of friends. Thank you so much to everybody who's over there. Go join Casey. To leave me in the dust. That's all right. I have the Discord friends, so that's
yeah, you do.
That's fun.
And the Discord friends are Thread friends.
Yeah, so they interact with me now. They like it.
Yeah.
But also, speaking of, come join us on Discord. Our link is in some of our bios for social media. I know I put it in the Twitter bio. I also know, Kyle put it in the link tree for us, so that was pretty big. please go over. We're at 82 members right now. We would love to get to 100 as soon as possible. I mean, the fact that we launched this thing, I would say a month ago now, and we're already at 82.
We launched it on the 5th.
Yeah, the fact that we're already at 82 people in the server, 82 people strong, and this little community that we've built is fantastic, and we love it.
It's like nothing going on.
Yeah, with like nothing going on right now, and there's conversations daily in there. So one can only tell or know how much fun it's going to be when the season starts and when car launches start, which is on Friday, which is fucking awesome. So yeah, please go join our social medias. Please come join our Discord, join the fun, hang out with us, say hi. You can also email us at undergroundf1pod@gmail.com. That's the first time I read that without having to look at it. I'm just letting you know.
Good job. It's only been a year later.
That feels good that I can do that now without. That felt nice. So shoot us a question over there if you want. If you have any questions about following us on social media, joining the Discord, whatever, we're happy to answer it. Please go email us there, say hi, say what's up. Please also go leave a review for the show wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google, SoundCloud. I don't know if they do some podcasts on SoundCloud. I have no idea actually.
So. But okay.
That's fantastic. We want to hear from you guys because we want to know how to make the show better for everybody, make it more enjoyable to listen to, and keep you here and come have you to hang out. And then finally, our last request, our last ask is please go follow and subscribe to our main YouTube channel, Underground Sports Philadelphia.
Yes,
that's the username right there. That's our main network channel page. That's where you get full video episodes of this show and all the other shows on our network. So there's Streamer Season, which covers movies. There's Get in the Hole, which covers golf. There's Top Bins, which covers soccer, I think. There's Underground Sports Philadelphia, which covers Philly sports, all the Philly major sports teams. So if you're Philly native, stop listening to the crappy radio shows and go listen to that podcast show. They're fantastic. Kyle's great. And it's so much fun to listen to. I listen to it, every day when I go into work. It's fantastic. Right now, they're at 729 subscribers, and we're trying to get to 1,000 as quickly as possible. So go tell a friend, go show a friend, go subscribe, go ask your mom and dad to subscribe. Bring them on.
They did get to 1,000 on Instagram, though.
They did get to 1,000 on Instagram. I did see that. That's very exciting. So that's huge. But yeah. Come join our little community in any way you can see fit. Like I said, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to email us. All this stuff is in our bios, in our link tree, all this stuff. You can call us. You can text us. Maybe you can't do that. Maybe you can't do that because we have lives and we're busy and everything. But there's ways to get in touch with us is what I'm trying to say.
You know where to find us.
Yeah, you know where to find us. So now that my 5-minute outro
is
done, that was very long. Kind of try to ad-lib the whole thing and it just went horribly, horribly wrong. So
we should put it back in the beginning.
We should put it back at the beginning. We really should start doing that again. But all right. Peace out, people.
Goodbye, everyone.